Jesse Little in car number 97 will lead the field to the green. Brody Kostecki in the Arco Plate Toyota on the outside of the front row. Here they come out of turn number 4. They are getting tight. Flagman is ready, and the green flag flies.
A lot of side-by-side racing at this racetrack, Ray. We'll see side-by-side 3 wide. They'll go from the bottom all the way up to the top.
See the number 41 of Ben Rhodes there. Here's Little down to the bottom. He's got to pinch it down just a little bit coming out of 4. Kostecki stays right with him side by side.
I'm going to give Jesse Little the nod for leading that lap just barely. See Ben Rhodes right there, that 41 car slotted in 3rd.
That's the Alpha Energy Solutions race car from Turner Scott Motorsports, and boy, what a year it's been for Ben Rhodes so far.
Unbelievable year for Ben Rhodes, and we talked about the huge point lead he has, but he wants some more wins. He's not satisfied yet.
Now, you said that point lead is insurmountable. There's still a good bit of racing left, but so far nobody's been able to challenge him throughout the season.
I stand by my insurmountable quote.
Well, I'll write that one down. Just mark it down in pen, folks.
Good side-by-side action. That's Nick Drake, the Napa number 15, Kaz Gralla in the 31 car out of Turner Scott Motorsports.
At Oslink race car to the outside, 15 down below, and as you said, lots of side-by-side. This racetrack gives these guys lots of options throughout. Under caution here at Iowa for the first time in the Autolite Iridium XP 150. Here's what happened.
So a little bit of contact. Ronnie Bassett, the 04, gets into Brendan Newberry in the 24, and Zach Huffman actually pays the price. He's going to get into the outside wall with some damage to that left rear quarter.
We say there's lots of room on this racetrack, and you can definitely go 3 wide, but all 3 cars can't be at the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, you
getting in some traffic. Oh boy, look at this gaggle back here.
There's Kinsey Rushton, the 96 car on the inside. There's Greg Galding, the 20. There's Daniel Suarez, the 6 car. Caution on the racetrack, Ray.
Yellow flag for the 2nd time today. The field will slow as we come down the front straightaway, and you can see that race car down to the inside coming off of the corner. Can't make out that number yet.
I believe that's the 2 of Ryan Gifford. Looks like he's made some contact. That may be that right front tire, Ray, we were talking about.
UTI and NTI on that race car, but you're right. The right side of that number 2 flattened pretty heavily.
Let's see if we can take a look at what happens. Look right side of your screen. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Right front tire goes down on the 2 car for Ryan Gifford. Pretty hard contact.
And Dylan Lupton did a really nice job of getting by there as that car was heading into the wall. So only 1 car involved, but Ryan Gifford looks like he'll be done for the day.
You know, one thing we've mentioned here at this racetrack, there is no concrete wall that the safer barrier is inside of start here in the series.
Pardon my pun, but I think he better bring her into the pit area.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very soon, too. That is not going to last long. I know he's out there trying to make it to the halftime break. I'm not sure it's going to work, Ray.
That fender is really jammed in there. Had to have been some serious contact. Oh, and the yellow comes out as the number 24 of Brennan Newberry. Looks like he may have lost a right front.
Yeah, sure does. Zach's going to get a break there. He's going to catch his caution flag, but unfortunately for Brennan Newberry, that's going to be terminal. Another one of the right front tire situations we talk about. So close to the halftime break, though. Man, oh, man.
Well, the good news is his hands are really clean.
Yeah, Core 24 on board that Chevrolet. NTS Motorsports.
That one's done for the day for sure.
Yeah, certainly is. Zach's going to get a break, though. He's going to catch a caution here to get that tire rub repaired on that 55 car.
You know, Phil, normally we get to 75, maybe 6 or 7 before NASCAR throws the yellow to have the halftime break. I'm wondering what they'll do with this one. Whether or not, let's see here, that is, wow. Brennan went in there pretty hard into that corner.
Yeah, certainly did. It had nothing to do with the issue with the 55, that tire rub, but unfortunately, bad time for that right front tire to go on Brennan's car.
So whenever they do decide to do this halfway break, what will the guys be able to work on?
Really? The
Iridium XP 150. The cars have lined back up, and we've got a very different group up front. Cole Custer and Sergio Pena are at the front. And Caitlin, I'm curious, what did NASCAR decide to do from the halftime break?
As we approached that halfway stop, Ben Rhodes in that 41 car was leading the field, but him, the 97 car, the 43, and the 27 all came down pit road too early. Now they are going to have to start at the rear of the field. Ben Rhodes' crew chief said, you know what, I hate that for you, man, but we're going to have to follow what these officials are saying. We're going to have to start from the rear.
Also, Caitlin, the highest running West car of Greg Pursley took 4 tires and fuel during the mid-race break. They also fixed a small oil leak, but other than that, no adjustments. Ray?
Well, thank you, ladies. And Phil, it was a little confusing there, but I think NASCAR made the right call. What's your thoughts?
I think so, too. And a lot of times, you know, as we speculated, that they will deem the halftime break if there's a caution on the racetrack right around the halfway break. But the problem is the drivers did not follow the pace car. When you have a halftime break, the pace car will leave the field down pit road. Ben Rhodes, knowing that there was going to be the halftime break, came down pit road along with 3 other cars. Cole Custer was about to come down pit road, turned right at the last minute. That's why he's able to stay up front here. And they did have to penalize those cars for pitting too soon, even though pit road was open. Basically, it was like a normal pit stop. They came in, they didn't stop, but it was just like they might as well stop and work on their car, but they had to line up behind the rest of the cars around the lead lap.
Went to the back. We'll see if Ben Rhodes and those others are able to make their way forward any. We've got a gaggle of race cars here. Check this. It's the Autolite Iridium XP 150. Cars are lined back up after a quick caution, and we're ready to go racing once again. Green flag is out. Here we go. The field comes down the front straightaway. Brandon Jones gets sideways.
A little bit of contact from his teammate Scott Heckert in the 34 car. That opens the door for Pena to grab second spot, or attempt to grab second spot.
Pena goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now he'll slide back to the high side. Will Brandon Jones try to cross over? Yes.
These restarts are unbelievable. How about Kaz Grala down there in the 31 car making it 3 wide? Kenzie Ruston, first time we've seen Kenzie, that 96 car, the black car on the outside, racing in the top 5.
The Oslink Chevrolet in the mix right here, and he's going to be beside Eddie McDonald. Here he goes, and McDonald going to take that spot away from Kaz.
Looks like, is that Cole Custer up against the outside wall, Ray?
He slid her way up coming out of turn number 2, and he's going to lose 2 or 3 spots. Here goes Kenzie Ruston by.
Looks like he's back up to speed right now. He's going to try to go between Kenzie and Heckert. There's no room there.
Where are you going, Cole? Where are you going?
Looks like he may have just driven in turn 1 a little bit too hard there. Got up out of the groove. Lost that lead in several other spots. Now he's going back by Heckert. There's Pursley. There's Mayhew. Pursley, the 26. Mayhew in the 17, racing for the top West Series competitor.
Apparently, either the crew chiefs or the spotters have said, push the button, guys, because these guys and gals are racing just as hard as they can.
How about Brandon Jones and Sergio Pena side by side right now for the lead? Brandon Jones has a bit of an edge as they get down to 1.
Hard to tell where to look on this racetrack because there is action everywhere. How about Kenzie Ruston coming into the mix? Here she comes fighting for second.
Kenzie's going to try to make her way by Pena and go after Brandon Jones. What an outstanding drive for Kenzie. She's able to get up in line in front of Sergio Pena, up to the 2nd spot.
Ben Kennedy Racing Chevrolet having a great run for Kenzie.
We'll see if she has anything for Brandon Jones. A little bit of tire smoke that time, it looked like, out of the 33 of Brandon Jones. But as much as these cars have been beating and banging, I'm surprised they're not all with tire rubs.
Pena really loose as he comes off 2 right up against the wall. They are letting it all hang out with 7 to go.
Yeah, coming down to 6 to go now. Kenzie Ruston's car, she saved a lot. She really conserved her stuff, made a late charge up into the top 5. Now she's got the runner-up spot going after Brandon Jones.
Jesse Little trying the middle of the racetrack. They are 2 by 2 all over the place.
Yeah, they know it's time to go here. How about the run for Eddie McDonald, that 71 car? Eddie got back to victory lane, as you mentioned earlier, at Bristol this year, having a great run here.
The Grimm Construction number 71.
Hey, how about Ben Rhodes, the 41 car, who sideways over turn 4?
I mean, Kaz was giving him all he could take.
Remember, Ben Rhodes had to restart this race after the halftime break at the very back. They've only had 1 caution flag, and he's made his way back up into the top 10.
There's Ross Chastain just ahead of him in car number 1. Kaz Grala in the 31. Here comes Ben Rhodes. Does he have enough time to get to the front?
Coming down to 4 to go here. Brandon Jones has opened up a bit of an edge over Kenzie Ruston. See, he's got about a half a dozen car lengths right now over Kenzie. Cole Custer now is going to regain the 3rd spot from Sergio Pena. Cole in a 00 car.
Napa Auto Parts on that 00. The only way I can see Ben Rhodes wins this race is if we have a caution in these final couple laps.
Yeah, and anything can happen here, and I wouldn't be surprised, but he's made a nice drive back up into the top 10 from the very back.
Scott Heckert with a good run. We mentioned Eddie McDonald started back in 19th. And let's give a call to Greg Pursley, who started back in 17th. He's back in the top 10.
And remember, Ray, if you're the top finishing West Series competitor, you get credit for a win as well as the bonus points for our point leader Pursley.
Brandon Jones, a two-time winner in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards. He has got a very fast Wolfpack Chevrolet from Turner Scott Motorsports. And I'm not counting Kenzie Rustin out. She has put some pressure on him.
She certainly has. She's gained a couple car lengths this last lap here. There's Cole Custer now. He's a little bit out of touch of that battle for the front here. See, if we get to the white flag, that means that the next flag would finish this race. We would not have a green white check, and we do. We do get to the white flag here. Kenzie has one more lap to go after him.
Brandon Jones in car number 33, rolling through turn number 1, and Kenzie Ruskin gonna look to the middle of the racetrack. Can she get there?
She's given it all it has right there. Really gained on him through that corner. See what she can do down here at 3 and 4.
What a nice drive today for Kenzie Rustin in car number 96. She's going to put pressure on Brandon Jones, but he'll win it today. He's the victor in the Autolite Iridium XP 150.
What a nice job by Brandon Jones, Kenzie Rustin. All these competitors really. Ben Rhodes fighting back from that penalty to get a top 10 finish.
One car into the wall. Coming down the front straightaway there, that's the Toyota.
Jay Beasley.
Wow. He hit pretty hard coming out of turn 4 before he ever got to the start-finish line.
On the very last lap. Unbelievable.
Brandon Jones, the winner today. What a season it's been for this young man. A bit of controversy in his first ARCA win, but then in the second victory, he just dominated.
He's had a number of top 5 finishes here in the series. Remember fighting for the win at Loudon.